New York, big city of dreams.
Woo! What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time Show. Here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And guess what, guys? The Knicks just shocked the world. I know it's only one game, but everybody had to get a sweep. ESPN said we had no chance. And the Knicks in game one, away from home in Boston, beating the Celtics in overtime, 108 to 105. Bust those shots in the air. Bust those shots in the air. Let's get OG and Anunoby. We paid this man the big bucks for a reason, because he gives you games like this when he scores 29 points, 3 assists, and a steal of those. Josh Hart, the motor. Baby Russell Westbrook gave us 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 steals. Shout out to Josh. Karl Anthony Towns didn't really play well, gave him 14 points on the night, but it's okay. It's okay for now. Bridges gave you 8 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds, but gave you huge defensive plays in the fourth quarter and all game, leading the team in minutes. Shout out to the Cowboys. Brunson gives you 29 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals, and Deuce shows up. We have a Deuce sighting. Man. Deuce shows up, gives us 11 points off the bench. The Celtics, man, live by the D3, die by the 3. They chose to die today. They missed 45 threes on the night, chucking up threes. You can't play basketball like that against these Knicks. The Knicks forced turnovers, the Knicks ran, they clamped it down, they brought it back, and we won a huge game on the road. And I can't wait to talk about this game. Oh man, I love it. Sandman, where you at, Sandman? Sandman, you was trolling me on Twitter. Halftime, we was down 20. Now you tuck-tailing and running. Where you at, Sandman? At me on Twitter when we down 20. I was like, just watch. Let it cook. Let it cook for a minute, man. Ain't crazy over here. Talk about my Knicks. Jalen Brunson is not a 1A. The Knicks don't have a chance against the Celtics. Come on. Woo. All right. I'm gonna introduce D1 baller. All right, XD1 baller, XAAU baller, our girl, our woman, Coach Ebony, aka Mad Knicks fan. What's going on, Ebony?
Gotta take myself off mute first.
Yeah, you gotta take it. Yeah, you ready?
What's up? Yo, I'ma keep saying it. How they gonna sleep on the city that never sleeps? How you do that? How you do that? This is not the regular season.
Nope.
But one thing we could take away from the regular season is we beat ourselves that last game.
Yes.
Similar to today, that's what we could take for regular season. You learn from your regular season mistakes. This was a game where we learned from our regular season mistakes.
That's fact. That's a fact.
Oh my good, a team effort. F them picks. Don't question why we pay OG. This is what I say in playoffs. You see. Playoffs make the players. You see.
I definitely saw. I saw the Celtics play tight. That's what I saw today.
This is what this team was built for. This is what this team was built so we could compete against those teams. We got 2 defensive wing stop playmakers so they can guard Tatum and Brown. And we won't need a whole team to help them do it.
Yeah.
And then we kept Mitch to help that too. You get what I'm saying? Like, just the overall makeup of our team is a team. And we see it.
It's coming together. The vision is coming together. The vision is coming together. When we was talking the last game, the preview, I mentioned how it seems like we're peaking at the right moment with playing the best defense of the whole season. OG and Anunoby coming on with 3-point shots. It seems like we're working out a lot of mistakes with that Detroit Pistons game, and I really love the intentionality that we came out with versus the Celtics. And I'm gonna say this. I felt very weird today watching this game because Knicks were down 20, but weirdly, Ebony, we were down 20, but I still liked the way we was playing. We were down 20 and I still like the way we was playing. So it was like there was like two players that were really kind of was like, to me, had to step up. And we'll get that to the minute. But the process to me was fine.
Yeah.
We started out the game. Jalen Brunson was moving the ball. It was off ball. It was team ball. We were back and forth. We were up a couple of points, down a couple of points. We kept it close for a lot of the first half. It got weird in two spots. One, Karl-Anthony Towns getting into foul trouble. Two, Mitch. Those two things in the first half got us out of rhythm, got us out of sync, and that's when we ended up being in the 20-point hole. Game plan by the Celtics, gotta tip your hat off. Gotta tip your hat off. But when I'm looking at why we were down is not because we was playing bad defense, really. Maybe you can say Colin Towns got some weird foul calls, and you can call that bad defense. But team-wise, I felt like the defense was pretty decent. I feel like the offensive flow was pretty good. I just felt like the Mitch and Cat thing was holding us back. But I loved what I saw from OG Anunoby. I love what I saw from Brunson. Josh Hart started off shaky, but I loved his motor. I was like, in my brain, I'm just like, I still think we have a shot. Like, the process is still there. You take out that gimmicky Hacker Mitch stuff, we hit our free throws. Because it wasn't even Mitch that was missing free throws. Josh Hart, Campaign, Cat. I'm like, yo, all said and done, we hit our free throws. We right there. We still have a shot. The process is there. And lo and behold, second half comes. They had to stop doing all the Hacker Mitch gimmicky stuff, and we right back in the game. Right back. I loved it. I don't know. What did you think?
Exactly. I like the process. I like our game for it, like our intent, especially right out the gate to move the ball. It was, we had a lot of turnovers because we had to settle down and being sloppy. And I remember asking y'all what would happen if we sped up Boston, a known team that's known regular season, playoff season, still the bottom in pace. What happens when you speed them up? And I think Reggie Miller even mentioned it. They don't have to speed in the fourth quarter. They don't have to speed up, They could take their time, but we were in their head.
Mm-hmm.
They felt, we were in their heads. They felt they had to. So that stuck out to me. But with the I agree with what you mentioned, the foul trouble with Cat. He has to understand that that you don't have to go through smaller guards. You're bigger than them. Go over them.
Right.
I've seen him with that hook shot, and I really want him to use it more. Just go, and he did it a little bit in this game, but it wasn't consistent because I guess that's not what he used to doing. Again, when something's not what you used to doing, when you need it, you go to what you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to incorporate like a little hook shot, a little turnaround. Take your time, turn it around, high arc right over them. Like, just take your time. They're smaller than you. You don't have to go through them. You using your extra strength. It looks worse against them because they're smaller. So and especially if they're doing their best acting job,
Right. Right.
So it's going to be noticeable. So we need you on the floor. He was cooking when he was able in that first quarter. That's like you mentioned, his foul trouble stopped that. And then they hack a Mitch. But I believe in basketball guards, and I believe I'm all for the foul being part of the game. But when you do it that early in the game, that's kind of it's part of the game. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna say, look at the outcome. And it's really risky when you do it that early in the game because you're giving fouls away. You're giving fouls to certain people. So if that I already knew that route wouldn't sustain.
Mm-hmm.
So but that's the basketball guard. I like that the whole like you mentioned, just the teamwork. The defense was better there. Staying home majority. It wasn't chicken with the head cut off. We got the flow with the Hacker Mitch, and I felt bad for my guy, but he has to hit those free throws. I always give big men grace though, because I did have a conversation with a big man that was part of my school. I asked him one time why he couldn't hit free throws, and he said because the ball feels so little in a big man's hands. Like I'm not big, so I would never know what that felt like. Right. So I had to ask somebody else. But he has to hit those. The clutch situation, we got to make those free throws. We can't have them scheming you off the floor. You're way too important for us, as we see.
Exactly. But I will say this. those guys struggled for sure. But when those guys struggled, our main trade asset, the main guy we traded our young assets for, we traded away RJ, we traded away IQ for games like this. OG Anunoby comes in tandem with Josh Hart, and they kind of just tag team and will us back in the game. Josh Hart was immense motor, offensive rebounding, helping us to push the pace. OG Anunoby getting dunks in transition, getting open threes, getting a tremendous steal in late game that helped us steal the game. Those guys, to me, really put the imprint on the game. OG Anunoby had 6 of 11 from 3, 29 points on a night, 10 of 20 from the field. Had an all-star caliber game from OG Anunoby. And Josh Hart had a double-double, 11 rebounds as a guard was no feat. And he just seems like when there was important plays to be made, important hustle plays to be made, he made a lot of them. And those guys really pulled their weight in that third quarter and started fourth in the non-Brunson minutes. So hats off to OG Anunoby and Josh Hart, who really stuck out to me in that third and fourth quarter to bring us back.
You know, I had a feeling I don't like the jinx, so I keep a lot of stuff to myself. I do. You don't want to jinx it, but I've seen a stat that it said that OG never had more than 15 points against the Celtics, and I said that changes today. That's definitely going to change today. I don't know. I just felt like he said challenge accepted. They just have OG's had a different look. This the start of this playoff demon time. Very very aggressive on both ends. Josh Hart again doing what he can, putting pressure on the team always, affecting the game in other ways. I mentioned that in the preview, in our pregame. You need to win in the other spots. You were mentioning how you was okay with the process because they weren't hitting their threes. They're a known three-pointer. So yeah, at the time they were blowing us out, pause. They were winning in all the little categories: the rebounding, the points in the paint, the turnovers, the assists, the steals. They even had more steals than we did at one point. All of those, but they were missing. They were only shooting 20% from 3. Right. I think that made me believe that if we win and hustle and add to our intensity and win the little things, we will win. We could come back, and that's what we saw. OG, Josh Hart, Mikal, the steals, the blocks, the rebounds, the hustle plays, or hitting your free throws when they matter. Not turning the ball over. The little things they did that, and shout out to them affecting the box score for all the box score warriors, affecting it all throughout it. Don't Mikal earning his keep. Don't say I want to hit F those picks.
Those picks.
You might as well call overtime Mikal time. That's Mikal. That was Mikal's time. Affecting the game on both ends. He took the game over by himself when you think about it. He was locking people and getting steals and blocks on one end and then scoring 3.
Ebony, we've had this conversation around Mikal. To me, OG has been like our third option officially in my brain, more consistently than Mikal. But to me, it doesn't always matter that Mikal scores a lot. If he hits the big shots, which he did today, I'm cool. If he locks down defensively, that's what he's really here for. But it's like today was one of those games where you really appreciate what he does for us. Because even though he wasn't scoring, he was moving the ball, finding the open man. Defensively, he was a demon, played pretty much the damn near game. And how many times, Ebony, this entire season, when it comes to the last plays of the game, you get a block shot from behind, a key steal, a key stop. This man has gotten more criticism than anybody this season. Maybe him and maybe Precious Achua have gotten more criticism than anybody this season. But one thing you cannot say is when big moments at the end of games, he always seems to make an important defensive play. Like with all the crap we've been giving Mikal all season, we can put together a defensive highlight reel from 5 minutes under. We have Jalen Brunson, who is our clutch player of the year, who makes offensive clutch plays. And I would argue this season, Mikal Bridges is our defensive clutch player of the year because it just seems like he just has a knack for making the big stop, the big block, and the big steal when it matters. And today was no different with the game on the line. 0.6 seconds left in the game in overtime. The ball goes to Jaylen Brown, and what happens? Mikal Bridges manhandles him, snatches the ball away from him, and ends the game, throws it up in the air. Game, set, blouses. Let's go, Knicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go, Knicks. Again, showing you it's only one ball. This is what having a team affords you. I said we're going to have at least 4 people in double digits to have a chance. We had 5. Like, this is what it affords you. So when one of your superstars, Cat didn't have it really, offensively, could get it really going, it's okay. OG said, I got you. Mikal said, I got you. Deuce said, I got you.
Deuce.
JB said, I got
you. JB.
Mitch said, I'm gonna help out too. I got
you. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this is what a team does. Like, you just pick each other up. There's only one ball. How can you help the team other ways? As I said, key to this would be defense. The little things. The key to what we've been good at for most of the season. The little things. And Boston again during that run was good at those, but that's not really the team that they are consistently. They're not known to be an offensive rebounding team. They're not known to be a transitional team. They're not known to be a team that plays fast. They get into the line in the playoffs, but in the regular season, they were not known as a team that got to the line. So that's not who they are consistently. And you see that kind of falter. Mm-hmm. So when the one thing that they do well all the time fell apart, they had nothing else. Live and die by the 3.
Right. I felt like the Celtics today, their worst tendency shows up. Like when the Celtics lose, there seems to be a few key things that happens when they lose. One, Jason Tatum goes ISO too much and settles for super difficult, challenging ISO shots off the dribble. And that seems like what's happened today. OG guard was guarding him, did a pretty good job on him. Also, Jalen Brunson found himself on him a few times on an island, on Tatum Island, and survived a few times. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. So it seemed like we forced him into his worst tendencies. And when those shot wasn't falling, it was curtains, as Mikal Bridges put it, for the Celtics. And also, the Celtics look scared, man. I don't know about you. They looked a little bit tight. When it got to the fourth quarter, they did not look like the defending champs. They looked like they had a chink in their armor mentally. They looked like they were on the ropes. They were playing nervous. Because the way it's funny, they're trained to shoot threes, but this game was kind of like the epitome of what a lot of people say is wrong with basketball. Not this game, the Celtics. Because they just defaulted to I'm chucking threes, and the shots they were taking were horrible. And it's a big reason why they lost. So yeah. They was hitting when it looks good for them, it looks real good. But when it looks bad, it looks like tonight. And they don't have nothing else to go to, it seems like. It seems like it takes them a game or two to get back to actually playing team ball. And they ain't doing it tonight.
This team is built to match up against. That's why Charles Barkley said bad matchups in the halftime show. That we don't have a chance because of the matchups. And I'm thinking we're really built to go again. If we play like we're supposed to play with the intensity and energy, we're built to play against this team. And like you mentioned about peaking at the right time, we got our pieces back at the right time. We got to gel. We got to play a little bit with pause, as a unit and get the chemistry before we got to the playoffs, which I think is huge. And I think people really underestimate this Knicks team because they don't realize that that wasn't the Knicks team that they saw. Exactly. That's now.
Exactly.
So if you have not been watching, you're still taking off old takes, and then they tell you that the regular season doesn't mean anything, but throw it in our face every chance. Regular season,
Mm.
to me, is just to learn from your mistakes, and today's shows the Knicks like to learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, it only mattered when we played the Pistons. It didn't matter the other way around when we played the Celtics. Which is
Ex-
what we was talking about in the preview show. I was like, this is not the exact same team that we played in the regular season. Game 1, we lost to the Celtics. It was the first time we ever played together at all.
Mhm.
Game 2, I'm not even sure if OG Anunoby didn't even play game 2. Game 1, OG Anunoby didn't even guard Jason Tatum game 1. Game 3, OG Anunoby is coming back from injury. His first game back is versus the Celtics. His first game back, and Mitch wasn't even back yet. Mitch comes back the last game with OG Anunoby. That was the closest game that we've had versus the Celtics. Ironically, that's when our team was whole. So it's one of those things that make you go moments. Okay, this is the closest we've been. We lost in overtime, but our team is whole. So what does it look like when our whole team plays the Celtics and not pieces of a team? That lets you know, okay, that narrative of we didn't beat, yes, we didn't beat any of the top teams, but also, why didn't we beat the top teams? What was happening? Who was missing? Who wasn't missing? Is it a back-to-back? All the stuff that has to be considered when you're doing nuanced type of basketball analysis of why things are happening, I feel like people missed.
Yes.
Which is why when the last game of the season happened, I said, Ebony remember me saying, you know what? I feel a lot better about this team watching how this game went.
Yeah. In facts like Gaming Channel, I see said, yes, thank you, Detroit. Yeah, as we've been saying, I asked for Detroit. I know we had it because of our experience, and I thought we had more pieces, but I liked the matchup because it was every position was physical. Even the people that weren't so-called defenders, they were trying to buy into that physicality and play against that. And you had a great defender in a sword, so Boston is good team defensively wise. Drew is Drew, but like I don't think like a sword he's a defender. Just got to get out of he's young, but I just feel that their physicality that's the key in this game for both ends. I don't they can pretend to be physical, but again, if that's not who you are, it's not going to sustain. And I think people mistook the Knicks in our toughness. Like, no, we're not going over there cursing folk out and pushing people all over the place. But we are competing, and that's as physical as you can get. Because if I'm getting these balls or poles, I'm trying to dive for, I'm boxing people out. I'm doing what I can to get my team another possession.
Facts.
That leads to physicality. You're not just softly going to do this. They're going to do whatever they have to do to win the game. We have a whole team of that. And it seems like they really bought into like, we got this. We could do this as a unit. Not I have to do it, but we can do it.
Yeah. And speaking of unit too, somebody I also want to highlight. Welcome back to the Knicks, Deuce and Bruhh. All right, welcome back. You had a groin injury at the end of the year. You were I saw your name on the back of your jersey playing the Pistons, but I don't think you actually showed up. So I don't count that as you being back yet. I feel like you were still on vacation. But the Celtics game, you were definitely back, was huge. Josh Hart gets into foul trouble early. And I'm like, okay, you know what? This is good. I mean, it sucks that Josh is out, but we might have like kind of a 5-out type of team for the first time in a minute. As soon as Deuce gets in the game, hits a 3, and hits another 3, and gets to the basket. This is the Deuce that we've been missing all year. He played 18 minutes today. He's looking like a consistent bench contributor that we need. And when Deuce is on too, like Tibs really trusts him when he's on. And he'll keep playing if he's on, and that's what happened today. And he played a big role for us and a big reason why we won. Especially like I said before, the non-Brunson minutes. We cut the game to 10 in the third quarter. Fourth quarter comes, Brunson sits down. We got Deuce, we got McCall, we got Cat, we got OG. I think we got Mitch too. First play of the fourth quarter, Deuce hits a three. I'm like, oh, we roll. I'm like, oh, that's all we need. We cut into that lead even more. Next thing you know, Jalen Brunson is back on the floor. That man is back. And this is when I feel like the Celtics really got shook because they lost the momentum and Jalen Brunson was on the bench. And Jalen Brunson scores 11 points in the fourth quarter. Probably should have scored 13 points to end it in regulation. Missed a bunny to win the game. But you know, we don't win that game without Jalen Brunson closing. We don't win that game without Deuce McBride playing the way he did. We don't win that game without the total team effort it took to play this game. So yeah, great win.
Yeah, Gregory, I just saw put that was Miles' last series. the Detroit, it was Miles' last series. It's a Deuce time now. Facts. I believe I'm gonna keep saying different matchups equal different results. You could just take what you saw, like, and how we can take stuff like that and work on it. But a lot of times you got to remember it's not the same defenders, it's not the same type of shooters, it's not the same type of performance. So it can get different results, and that's mainly what happens with role players a lot. So doesn't mean they're going to have a bunch of. We hope they don't have a bunch of bad series and that he would get it together. But
right.
I love Deuce energy. I definitely did. I loved what he brought, just staying with it. It started off a little rocky. I was like, oh boy, at the beginning, he missed a wide open three. We needed it. I was like, oh no. But then, he did his thing. And again, it affecting the game in other ways. I thought he did well on the defensive end too.
I agree. So, is there hold on a sec. I'm putting the Discord link in the chat for people who wanna talk. I'm gonna just do that right now. Hit that send. Do you have any concerns with Cat? I really like the game plan. Like I said before, I really feel like they're going to put a small man on a Cat. We should definitely keep going with that. Even though it didn't work, I still feel like we should go back to it.
Yeah.
I still feel like we should go back to it. I just think his head was just not in the game today. And it worked for like 2 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for 2 minutes, but he just seemed like he got frazzled a little bit to me.
Well, it might another big game. You with a new team, want to do well for yourself. Might over excite yourself for us. I don't know if you want to use that word, but I think he will learn. I hope to see a bigger response. Again, if you don't have it, you can do it other ways. It doesn't. It's not just on the offensive end.
Mm-hmm.
I just need him to be smarter. We need him on the court, even if he is offensively. He's always a threat. His presence is always a threat.
Right.
So you need that on the court. I just think he has to play smarter, play better angles on defense, either commit or let them go, either or, no in betweens. Because then you want it, or they get a bucket, you get a foul. Pick a struggle. I'm gonna keep saying that. Pick a struggle.
Right.
And also offensively, again, he doesn't have to always go through people. He just slow it down and think it through a little bit. I just need him to be a smarter with on both ends. I was gonna say on offense, but no, on both ends. Go right over them, punish them. You're the best big man shooter. Take your time and shoot right over them. Then, make them regret doing that. So they have to. Boston's whole scheme is to try to work on what they feel is your mismatches. And a lot of times, if you have to they know if they have to guard us, honestly, it's not going to probably go in their favor.
Right.
That's why you get Hacker Mitch.
Right.
Because they don't want that. They don't want him on the court. That's why you get that. They don't want to play us honestly. They playing to their schemes and trying to pick our flaws or force us to play a certain type of way. But when we reject that, you see what happened. When we play our brand of basketball the way we've been playing at the end of this season, you've seen what happened today.
I agree. I don't think, hopefully, Cat still has a propensity to foul, and they were foul hunting Cat. It was obvious, which is kind of why I'm kind of like There was one call in particular where Cat jumped up in the air and landed, and after he landed, Tatum jumped sideways into him to draw the foul.
I know what you're talking about.
I like even when we get those calls, I hate those calls, yo.
Yes.
Like I really wish we would take that call out of basketball where
they tried for a minute though.
A player jumped, huh?
I said they tried. For 1 year, they were being real strict on that rule. Like after Harden and Trae Young were pretty much abusing it. They were getting real strict, but then you know how that goes. They're strict for a little bit, and as the season goes by, it kind of goes away. So they start really penalizing them for that.
Yeah, it's like if the player lands on the floor and then you jump into him, that shouldn't be a foul. That just should not be a foul. Like I hate that rule so much.
Mm-hmm.
Salute. I see picks for Timmy is in the Discord. So I'm gonna bring shout out to my guy Phil in the chat. I see you. Yeah, Phil Porter. Yeah, shout out to my guy Phil in the chat.
The minutes don't matter as much in the series, especially if Boston is going to stand at the 3-point line. Gamer Channel said that the minutes won't matter as much in this series because if Boston is going to stand at the 3-point line and shoot threes.
Yeah, you know what the thing is? There's going to be times where they get hot and it looks really good. There's going to be times when Boston's going to take a bunch of threes and it looks hot and it's really good, but I still feel like we should still play our game. Like, I don't think we should play the 63 game. We play our game. We force them into tough threes, quick threes, get on a block, get them in foul trouble, and turn them over and get in the fast break. Like, I don't think we are a efficient 3-point shooting team, not a high volume 3-point shooting team. So I still feel like we should play our game. The only thing I would say is Lee says Cat should shoot more threes. That's the only thing I do agree with. Shoot a couple of more threes than he does. Mix it up going inside out. But I do not want to get caught up in playing the way Boston plays whatsoever.
Nope. And especially with Cat taking your time. They're going to put a smaller player on you. Shoot over them. No, that's what they say when they have a smaller player and they shoot, right? They didn't even see them when they contest because so shoot over them. You don't got to go through them. They're selling the fouls. We get the bad rep for being foul, for having a foul baiting point guard, but their whole team was doing their job today.
Oh yeah, it was obvious they were trying to foul bait. It was super obvious. But I'm glad the basketball guys got on our side, and that went out the window. It did. It really did. So you know what, Ebony? I got some people in the chat. I got picks with Timmy in the chat, so I'm gonna bring him in onto the Discord to see what he has to say. So
all right.
I think Fritz wants to say something too. Hello, yo, Fritz. Yo, Timmy, you hear me? The volume's down. Hold on a second. Wait, here we go.
Baller, Ebony. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. My bad. I had the volume down on the Discord. Go ahead.
Oh, word. What's good, man? What's good, Jay Ellis? What's good, Ebony, man? D1 Baller. My guy Lee Escobedo is missing today, but it's all right because I still brought the smoke for you today. We outside.
Damn it.
We outside. Yo, I don't care about trying to shoot 40% from beyond the arc with all 5 people. I don't give a darn about that. I don't care about what Kristaps Porzingis is going to do on a catch and shoot. I don't give a damn. I'm trying to rebound the ball. I'm trying to play some defense. I'm trying to limit my turnovers, and I'm trying to get my team involved. And then when it's time to close it, go ahead and get JB the ball. Yo, man, I'm sorry, man. There got to be credit given all around for this team because we're starting to see the team mold to the point where they're covering for each other. Karl Anthony Towns gets in foul trouble. Cool. We got Mitch to come in there behind that. It's like having a whole nother starting 5 when Mitch comes out there because he brings a completely different dynamic. For Missoula to have to coach against that, that's a lot to have to deal with. Their bench really doesn't go that deep when you're trying to bring in somebody at that 5 spot. Like you have Kristaps and you have old ass Al Horford out there hoping that neither one of them fall apart. And Kristaps might go before he goes.
That's a fact.
Yo, I'm like, look, this game mentally, what it means for the Knicks, it's a whole lot more than just winning a game by 3 points. If you pay attention to the first 2 quarters, Cat barely played 9 minutes the first 2 quarters because he got in foul trouble so quickly. Josh Hart was in foul trouble. I think in the first quarter, like Brunson had shot in probably 10 to 12 more free throws than we did in the first quarter, and we still battled.
Yeah.
We went down by 20 and still battled back. I'm like, all right, cool. As soon as the refs stop doing the heavy lifting and we continue to look for good shots, we're back up in this thing.
That's all I was saying.
This is not the time to. I'm sorry, Jay. It's not the time to get down on your team, yo. Like I've been talking about it from the start, yo. From the start of the season, yo. It takes time to build chemistry. Now we're getting the opportunity to see what that looks like. It's not about It's not about trying to find somebody who's going to shoot 45 to 50% from the 3-point line. The reason why somebody can follow, well, hold on, what does Lee like to say? The modern NBA. The modern NBA. The reason why somebody can shoot the 3-point shot at a 50% clip like Steph Curry and everybody can follow doing that, it's team momentum. If you see the ball going through the hoop at a certain clip and somebody's doing it on your team, it just naturally happens, bro. Like everybody will start to shoot better. But that doesn't mean that every NBA team has to follow that suit. Not everybody is as skilled as Steph Curry at doing that. He can do that and create momentum for his team in that skill set. You can find a good shot and play basketball. That's just the principles of basketball. Find the best, highest percentage mismatch. You're looking for the best shot on the court, and we got that coming from so many different places on the court. You can't game plan against it. You can't game plan against JB and then everybody cutting behind the ball. You can't game plan against Cat being taller than whoever you're throwing on him because you're trying to cover defensive deficiencies with Porzingis trying to help. He's going to get, he had to hide Porzingis today. He didn't just leave just because he was hurt. He left because the game plan was going to expose him in the long run. He had to take him out. He saw it was going to happen. But anyway, man, this is just game one. Yeah. I already said it. ECF. I probably said it since before the season even started.
Sure did.
If y'all want to check the Rolodex, y'all can go through the Discord. It's all facts.
I see it. Let me tell you guys, every game, win or loss, even the tough losses, everybody be arguing, and you see Timmy on the comments, ECF. For every day for
ECF.
Every post game for 2 months. ECF.
Hey, look, JLS, I only got one more thing to tell him, man. One more thing to tell him, yo. Yo, shout out to the chat. My guy Alexander, my guy JT Reddick, everybody else that I forgot, man. And we outside.
We outside.
Yo, we outside. Yo, you know what Tim reminded me? What my favorite part of this game was?
What's that?
JB. I feel like this was the best balanced floor game I've seen from JB. And it's not, and if you look at the stats, you probably don't see what I'm talking about. It's one of those things where you have to get the feel of when you're watching the game. Because JB had 5 assists. Right? And in a normal game, you'd be like, well, 5 assists, Jay. Oh, that's not a big 5 assists. It's not a huge assist game. But he was willing just to be off ball. He was willing to fourth quarter, OG had the ball. He was ISOing. Mikal Bridges cuts, spins, passes to JB. JB shoots 3 in the corner. Or they'll double JB. JB will give it to Josh Hart. Josh Hart will give it to OG. OG will shoot the shot. So he'll get the 5 assists, but then he'll get the assist that leads to assist that doesn't show up in the box score. But the team just looks and functions better. So you look at the spot score and go, oh, he has 5 assists. He didn't do that well. Look, that's when you're box score watching. You're not realizing that the offense all game was just throwing. And today, I just really love the synergy of taking over the game and trusting the teammates, especially at the last game. Is like, okay, we trapping. He got off the ball. Mikal Bridges hits a big three, or I had a layup. I stopped mid layup to catch OG, who I knew was hot, who hits another dagger three to help win the game. Like decisions like that is why I really like this game.
Yeah, it was when those assists happen, especially again. I've been speaking about that's one thing the gripe that I had against Brunson, but I give him his grace because again, this is still a new role for him. He's a starter team. I just after playing behind somebody for till this is about the second year, he's getting in the groove of finding your finding his shots and getting others involved. I thought he
Right.
did a good job today. Also, even during the turnovers, it was the fact that he was trying to make these passes, and they weren't looking hesitant. There wasn't the Harding passes. I like to say it was intentional. Like you mentioned, he used his presence as a decoy. They know fourth quarter time is Jalen Brunson time, clutch time is Jalen Brunson time. He intentionally set that up to get Mikal, and I think it was a one for OG too, where it was intentional purpose that I'm going to pretend like I'm going to be clutch time, but I'm going to get my guy a bucket. So yeah, like you mentioned, it was the timing, the rhythm. It was on point. It was in the flow of the game and the flow of the offense. It wasn't just bail me out. No, it was intentional the whole game to get everybody involved.
Right.
And like you mentioned, again, all we asked for all year, Tibs, the ball play movement and the passing, and we got that. Like you mentioned, dribble handoffs. We did a lot of not redirecting. I can't get the word right now.
Misdirection.
Misdirection. Yeah, we did a lot of relocating, not staying in one spot. I stay here. Okay, it doesn't work. Let me do something else. And that worked. You have to with a smart defensive team like that. You can't let them set. You can't let them think. You got to keep them moving. That's how you able to get points and make mistakes and make mismatches, like we saw JB do a lot. As the predicate said that he was doing what Tatum was doing. Hunting. He was hunting Horford though,
Right.
trying to get the Horford mismatch.
And it worked
Yeah,
for us for a
facts.
few.
Yeah, it did. It did
Yeah,
for a couple plays.
exactly. And people were like, "Oh well, KP." Man, JB would cook pay KP too. I don't know what you heard, but KP is not the fastest laterally. All right, JB
And
cooks KP.
and he hasn't been having. I know again different matchups, different results, but I know he hasn't been blowing the roof off either with his play as of late.
I feel you. I feel you. Hold on, we got somebody else in the Discord too. Before we get to Discord, shout out to everybody in the chats. Shout out to the people in TikTok land who's rocking. I see Ava Love has been rocking for a while. Shout out to you. Shout out to Memphis Tigers 38. Shout out to you. Shout out to Jahada Peck. We're here after every game talking Knicks basketball for you people in TikTok. So if you want to rock with us, we're gonna be here for the next Knicks Celtics game. Also, for you guys who are here, Kyle O'Quinn will be joining us on the program for the next Knicks Celtics game. So if you have not subscribed, if you have not followed on TikTok, I don't know why you haven't yet. I don't know why you haven't yet.
Slipping.
You slipping.
Don't
You
slip.
falling. Just do it. And you know what? Rock with us. And Kyle, if you don't know, Kyle O'Quinn, him and Doug McDermott was the tandem during the Knicks. And Kyle O'Quinn is a character, man. He's a fun dude. I'm really excited to have Kyle O'Quinn here. He's full of energy. And we're gonna try to have Wilson Chandler back too. We're gonna see Wilson will come back too around. So that'd be dope. Don't forget to sweep and get both of them back. You know? Let me not get ahead of myself. But
Yeah, like Jay Boogie said, he told me in the pregame space. He said we got to go in there and we got to punch their mouth off their face, right? So I thought that was hilarious. But he was talking physics, not of course not. He's just saying our mentality. And not too long ago, he texted me talking about, see, that's how you punch their mouth off their face.
There you go.
Shout out Jay Boogie.
Shout out to Jay Boogie. Okay, we got somebody else in the Discord. We have Mad Mike 421. Is this Mike Uno? I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm gonna bring him into the Discord to see what he has to say. Yo, what's going on, Mad Mike? You are now live on the KOT show. What's going on, my guy?
What's good?
What's good, man?
Yo, it's been a long time, man.
Yeah,
I've been trying.
Just in time for the playoffs.
Yo, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you my story of the night, right? This is how I experienced the game, right? So, my neighbor, her name is Bernadette. She's a nurse. She got a dog, a Yorkie. His name is King.
Okay.
And she was like, "Yo, I want to watch this game, but you got any links?" I was like, "Oh no, but you can come through and watch." You know what I'm saying?
Oh shoot!
And so she was like, she came through. But when she came through at the exact moment that the Knicks were down 20. So she walks in, she sits down, and I was like, damn, the Knicks are down 20, bro. It's not looking good. And she was like, ah. But from that moment on, that's where the comeback started.
So she just go.
And I was like, yo, Bernadette, let me find out you my lucky charm. Let me find out. I need you to come every game. Let me find out. I need you and your doggy here with me and my kitties every night.
Yo, Mike is in love now.
No. I grew up with her. She's like my sis. She's like my sis. She got her man and all that. She's my sis. She's my sis.
Disrespect, my bad.
But I was like, yo, Bernadette, you did this. And she's like, stop. I'm like, no, you did this. We were down 20. You came in. And look at where we at. And she's like, nah, stop. And I'm like, yo, I swear to God, this is all you. You brought the vibes. You brought the vibes.
Okay, shout out to Bernadette.
And we watched. The real reason. And then the final seconds, Jalen Brunson, the final seconds of the fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson throws up that shot, and we both thought it went in, and we was both celebrating, like, but it missed. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, overtime. And she's like, oh, shit, I gotta go. My dog wants to go home. And I'm like, King, you better chill. We got more game to go. Okay. So we kept watching. And everything played out the way it played out. Dude, he left, and I swear to God, I walked her just a few feet away. She's like literally on my floor. I was like, yo, I swear to God, Bernadette, we won because of you. We won because of you and King coming through.
Okay.
Watch this magnificence, this awesomeness, this craziness. Yo, it was like the best game ever. Oh my God. That's why I wanted to call in. I wanted to share that.
You wanted to shout out Bernadette.
I wanted to share that. Bernadette, it was all you, Bernadette. It was all you.
Oh my God. All right, Mike Will.
Yo, oh man. Yo, what a good game. I'm happy for all of us. This was so dope. Nobody expected it. And we're going to do it game 2. And everybody's going to go crazy. You know what's going to be crazy is we're going to sweep them.
One game at a time.
You heard it here first, Mikey Uno.
Okay. All right.
This is
We must have
We're going all the way.
Bernadette every
We're going all the way. Yo, I'm glad that y'all put me up, man. It's been a while, man. I love you all. I'm watching. Have a good night. We speaking, baby.
Okay. All right. Yo, Mike. Mike is crazy, yo.
All right, I'm out.
Later, yo. Mike is crazy, man. Mike is absolutely crazy. I was not expecting the Bernadette story.
Yeah. He said Bernadette gonna be at every game. That's why he said they sweeping, because he gonna have her every game.
Oh no, that's his friend though. That's his friend.
I know, but he gonna have it there. Whoever she is, I bet you he gonna make sure next game.
I bet. Oh,
that's
man.
too funny.
Shout out to Mike, man.
Yeah, but you mentioned about JBD, because I thought he did a good job on today defensively. I definitely think he gave good effort, and it was just a lot of times they just shot over them. What I'm asking Cat to do, the smaller guards, shoot right over them.
Just shoot right over them. I feel you on that. Yo, Fritz, I see you in Fritz. Did you want to talk, or you just out there chilling? I just want to, because we can end the show. We can get to the ooh and bruh picks now, because I think we talked about the game enough. Next game is, when is the next game?
Let me see.
Hold on a second. Let me see when the next
game. It is Wednesday. 7 o'clock.
Okay, so next game is Wednesday, 7 o'clock, when we will have Kylo Quinn be here or be square. All right. Let's get to the other part of the show, though. Time for the oohs and bruh picks. Ooh picks are usually the best plays of the game. If you want to kind of say this is, that you want to just point out and say, yo, I love this play. I love how this played out. Or maybe just somebody just want to shout out from the Knicks or another team. I'm shouting out Knicks because that's the way I do it, come a Knicks fan. Bruh picks are usually the worst plays of the game. It could be something bad, something stupid, something dumb that you want to point out and say, this is bad, stupid, or dumb. It could even be a take. It doesn't have to even be basketball related. So that was what the ooh and bruh picks are. Mad Knicks fan. Ebony, do you have any oohs or bruhs?
I do. Before we get to the oohs and bruh, I just realized we didn't really give Tibs.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You are right.
We ain't really give Tibs his flowers, his Doug Disney for doing
You're right.
He had a plan.
You're right. For all the flack that Tibs gets the entire season about game planning, not having enough ball movement and player movement, not maximizing the strengths of his team, I feel like today he coached the hell of the game. I felt like the game plan in general was pretty good. When he got to Hackimich and he got to Precious Achiuwa, I was like, okay, this might actually be the time to use Precious Achiuwa, considering what they was going. He seems like he pushed the right buttons to get Deuce McBride going. It seemed right from the opening tip, like I said, the ball movement was there. Jalen Brunson was playing off ball. It didn't look stuck. We didn't get into our offensive sets slowly. Defensively, we were prepared. We held them to 100 points in regulation. For a team that's that high powered, you can't ignore something like that. So all that being said, even down 20, I felt like the game plan was pretty solid. And we just had to execute it. And that's exactly what we did. So definitely have to shout out to Tibs and the job that he's done with these Knicks on the second round against the defending champs. So kudos to Tibs.
Facts. I give Tibs a lot of flack on here. Y'all know me. I always ask, is he going to be invited to the Rap City basement? And I just want to see it consistently. You know, that has been Tibs. He has shown us flashes, but consistently. And I thought this game, he really I hope he builds off this game and just trusting switching it up. That you have a team where you can do that. You can play in multiple different ways, and I thought he utilized that today. The way he used the wing stop, the way he got JB involved. On top of that, letting Josh Hart be in his element, getting his doing what he does best, causing havoc every which way. I thought that the intention to get everybody involved from the get go was huge. Even I thought he subbed in the sub. Granted, he probably had to do it because of foul trouble, but I thought he did that pretty early today too. And let them get more rhythm, minutes in a row, like I asked. Let them find their footing in the game. I thought he did a better job on that. Just even putting the pressures again, and they got to be 30, 50 minutes, but still in some minutes here and there every time. Spot minutes here and there, using what you can for these matchups and how the game is calling for it. I'm all for that. Today the game called for we needed some precious minutes. If he's going to do that, I'm cool with that. If he hasn't really used Shamit like that, but if he uses, if we need Shamit, he might need spot minutes. But it showed me today with Precious that he might be willing to do that.
Right.
So yeah, just willingness to adjust. I thought he had a really good game plan and knew what Boston was going to do. I think again, learning from the regular season, the Knicks look prepared.
Yeah, they look really prepared. And it just gives us a clear picture of how we can move in the future, especially we perform well against these Celtics. want to get ahead of ourselves of talking about free agencies and trades and stuff like that. But we got to pay Mikal Bridges, and he has performances like this. It's not big scoring performances, but he has performances like this. He looks good. Tibs looks good. Our team looks good. Like, the better we play this series, the more likely we are to stay together. So I really hope we shock the world and beat these Celtics, man. But it starts with Tibs and it ends with Tibs. And so kudos to Tibs for a solid game plan today and a big win on the road.
Thanks. Definitely.
All right.
You gotta give him his flowers when he does well. Like, you have to. I get it. Let's build on this.
Absolutely. I'm glad you pointed that out to me. It's funny because I definitely wanted to do that, and then I got distracted by the calls. So yeah, this is why we got a team. So it's up. I dropped the ball. So thank you.
Facts on fact. Because if we didn't do that, you already know I can hear. Oh, when we win, it's Tibbs. Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about this.
Yeah, and Sandman ducking the smoke. Shout out to Sandman ducking the smoke. Sandman been at me on Twitter since the Detroit Pistons series, talking about how we gonna lose. Then we won. Then it's all luck. Then we go down 20 versus the Celtics. Oh, Jay Ellis, y'all delusional Knicks fans. Y'all talking about we have a shot. Y'all just gonna make an excuse when we lose today. He was very active. He was extremely active during the game. I don't see you in the chat, Sam, man. I don't know where you at. You ducking that smoke. Come to the altar, bro. You talking all that smack. Talk about everything. It's really convenient.
Dave Chappelle hand.
It's really convenient to have every win of a 50-win season be luck. Very convenient.
Facts. That's some crazy luck.
That's a great what? And today too, we just happen to be luck. Just Tibbs got lucky today. Okay, brother. Sure. Sure, sir.
That's what I said. I believe, Jay. I believe we can do. We have a team. I believe. If we play like a team, we gonna be a tough outing. And again, playing against Detroit and that physicality, all those games, it was the most free throws taken. It was the most fouls at the time too. For a minute, we were 1-2 at the time, so that just prepared us. I forgot who said it. Who was it? Was it the Predicate that said that we didn't? We didn't let Drew Holiday bully us this time. No, because we went through a whole bunch of people tried to, And it look a lot different now because this is nothing. Boston is not like I'm not calling them soft, but their play is not to be intentionally physical and bumping you all over the time.
Right.
They play good team, good road situation, the good team defense. They're always on a string. They always scheme into the team, and they follow their plans to a T. Right.
Right. So, yeah. And so you know what? Keep putting Drew Holiday on Cat because I still feel like it's going to yield dividends for us. Even if we don't post Cat, like if we drive to the basket, the offensive rebounds we're going to get just because Drew Holiday's on Cat is going to be ridiculous. It's just
that's what I'm saying. We just gotta play smart. That's it. That is it. Play our game. We play our game. That's it. I feel that. And I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it on air, but I told you about, I saw the Nick Muse talk about every time the team that's beaten the team that's won the champion prior year for the last 4 years has gone on to win the championship.
Okay.
So let's see if we can continue that trend.
Also, isn't the team that wins the first game usually go on to win is it 85% of the time?
I don't know. I'm gonna agree to it because it's we just won the first game. So
yeah, exactly. I just know usually the team wins the first game usually goes on to win the series. So
And Nick Nation TV says defense wins the championship. Yep, that is my soulful. And as long as you play defense, you always have a chance. And that's what a Boston Celtics fan was actually in my mentions talking about we don't play defense. Again, this not the same team. So they talking prior. I'm like, okay, go ahead, keep believing that. Again, sleeping on a city that never sleeps. Like that's crazy. Like y'all keep believing that regular season.
Okay. All right, you know what? We got one more person in Discord, and then we're gonna go to the oohs and bruh.
Bruh, okay.
All right, so shout out to Joe from Atlantic City. I'll bring you in. Yo, Joe from Atlantic City.
Hey. Jay Ellis, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Hey. Hey, I just had to call in, man. Tonight was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, you know, we've been watching this team for a long time, Jay Ellis, and what's been the theme, you know? It's like we see this team fight back like over and over and over again. Like they have been so battle tested. And it just shows to the work that Jalen Brunson has put in and this team in general. Like everything's starting to come together at the right time, and it's just awesome to see. I would honestly, man, I have no words. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
But and I was thinking, I was just like, you know what? Like we just beat the Celtics in the playoffs. There's no way I'm not calling into the Knick of Time show tonight. I got to do it. So here I am. I'm calling in. So what's going on?
Yeah.
But honestly, like Knick Nation, like it's time to stand up, man. This is it. This is the time. We gotta go.
This is it.
There's no more being scared. Like the whole being scared of the Celtics, man. We gotta just do it. We gotta stand up. So
I agree.
You know, I know there's a narrative. They want to throw it in our face all the time. They want to show us the past. They want to show us, oh, what did we do in the regular season? They do it over and over and over again. They just keep rubbing it in our face. Oh, you lost 4 times in the regular season. But guess what? You know, it's the playoffs now. So I think it's time that we turn up. You know, New York, we're here. So
I agree.
Awesome play at the end of the game. Mikal Bridges, shout out to Mikal Bridges. That's a big time play. Like talking about stepping up and taking it. Like this is what we need from our guys. We need them to step up and take what's theirs. Take the game. And that's it. So, oh yeah, shout out OG Anunoby too. He had a great game tonight. 29 points. Awesome. He needs to be our X factor in my opinion. He's too good. He's getting paid way too much money to not be dropping these points. We need him to keep doing it. So
I like your third option. I'll take it for our third option.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like he plays good defense. That's what Tibs is all about, playing good defense. You know, we need someone to step up and take the hard assignments, and he does it every night. Shout out to OG. And you know what, man? Jalen Brunson. I'm giving Jalen Brunson a shout out because you know what? He's stepping up to the plate. Everyone's doubting him. Everyone's saying, oh, Jalen Brunson isn't him. He's not the next one up. And let me tell you something. Jalen Brunson's here, man, and he's been showing us. He's something.
Yeah.
So, but thanks for letting me call in, JLS. I appreciate it, man. I'll be calling in again.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Joe. Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
And like Mikal said, we built for this. You know the rest.
Yeah, we built. Yo, Ebony, I'm not gonna hold you. I got mad emotional after this win. I got mad emotional. I was at home. I know it took me a while to set up. I got set up because I was talking trash. It took me a while. I was talking trash in the back. I was texting people. I was talking smack. Because, you know, Knicks fans will be hearing it from everywhere. So it's my bad. I got caught up in the emotion of being an actual fan. But
it's okay.
Yeah. But, yo, I got emotional after this win because I'm just like, dude, I'm like, all right. We win game 1. I know this series is not over. But this is like a huge mental hump for this team. Like, this is one of those games that goes, okay, wait a minute. We have a shot to win this series. You have a shot to win this series. Anything is possible at this point. Because you're going up against who? A Pacers team who beat us last season, if we get it, maybe, or a Cavs team who beat us last season, who we've beaten before. So, and then you go, okay, if the Celtics are the best team in the East and we beat the Celtics, what does that make us? That's when I started to get emotional and excited. That's when I started to get hyped. And then it's like, okay, if Jalen, and what happens if we beat that team? What happens to Jalen Brunson? Like, he officially starts to get into that superstar category. And I know us as Knicks fans see him as a superstar, but I feel like a lot of people are late to the party, and they're just starting to join, and it just takes his star makes his star even bigger and brighter. So it's like this series could have us trampoline into another trajectory. So I'm really excited to see how this plays out. And yeah, Knicks, man, Knicks, we have a shot. We won game 1 in Boston. We have a legit shot to do this.
I agree. But I've been saying, I've been jumping out the window about this team all year. I thought when we get our pieces and we hold that I've been saying Easter that we didn't have to wait till next year. That I believe we firmly have a shot this year. The legit contenders. They tried to cause doubt in that by saying the regular season don't count, but constantly throwing it in our face. And I think that's gaslighting us a little bit, because to talk about the record, yeah, we lost those in the regular season game, but those is learning tools. Those is a bunch of videos on what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have those. We see in the regular season what happened with the Hawks in Miami. We had the season series on both of those teams, and we lost in those series.
Right.
I've been preaching maybe this is the opposite. We're learning from taking the L's, and in the playoffs, as we get whole as one team, get healthy, and one team, that we're going to show what we're really about. Playoffs make people believers, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. So yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I told you I was screaming, had people looking at me in the car. What was going on?
I was trying so hard not to wake up neighbors, tenants, and I was trying so hard, yo. I was trying so hard.
I couldn't hold it. I was very, very excited. But yeah, I guess my ooh pick, like you said, it's the Knicks. Definitely the Knicks. And the Liberty players getting invited to the Met Gala. I know it's some controversy around it sometimes, but them getting the invite shows definitely the growth of women's basketball.
Got you. We got TikTok comments from EJ612. He says, haven't seen a player like this since when Spreewell. Okay. He's a Timberwolves fan, and he's rooting for Cat, and he says congratulations on the win. All right, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, and shout out to the Timberwolves as well. Y'all getting the best of Julius Randle and our guy Dante. Y'all doing pretty well over there. So I know some people are pissed at Julius Randle or whatever. I still root for those guys, and Dante as well, and is a hell of a player. So salute to you guys in the Timberwolves. I'm rooting for y'all unless we both meet in the finals, and I hope y'all lose. But to us, I mean. But salute to you, man. I appreciate you. All right. Ariel on TikTok says OG cooked. Jason True said I'm Sandman. Knicks trash, Brody. You're not Sandman, because even Sandman don't say that. EJ says Knicks versus Cat will be wild. Yeah, Timberwolves versus Cat will be wild for sure. A Cat Julius Randle reunion at the finals would be crazy. Oh man. Yeah. Also, shout out to everybody on YouTube, Knicks Nation, Felicia Lee, Mark Bourgeois, Anna Grill, Glamour Knicks, Mars June, Alexander, A-Train, Chris Alessandor, Jerry Caravello, Gregory Lee. Yeah, the chat's lit on YouTube today. Sato Barry, Philip Porto, everybody rocking with the show on YouTube. Salute to you guys. And just to remind you guys, Kylo Quinn will be here next post game on Wednesday. So be here and hit that follow button on TikTok and like and subscribe on YouTube. Okay?
Yeah. My bruh pick goes to Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of other people. But yeah, that's the only one I could sit in and listen to. I stopped listening to after he said that we had no chance and we're going to basically get swept and all of that. Like, let the game finish. I get how it was going. But like to just, that's what you thought before. Even if this game didn't have, that's what you thought prior to it. So now I would love to hear what they have to say now that the game, or what their comments were. I guess they got to wait till after the OKC Denver game to make their comments, or the halftime about the Knicks and Celtics game, because everybody was just so sure that we would like get swept.
You know what, Ebony? I'm not even super mad at them for thinking that. I'm not even super mad at them for thinking that, because like we watch our team closely, so we understand the nuance. Like I started before. First game versus Celtics was our first game of the season with our whole team together playing a championship team. I did not expect to win that game. OG was injured one game. We never had our full team to the last game of the season. So if you don't have context to those wins and losses, you would say, oh, the Knicks suck. And we didn't beat any of the good teams. If you don't have any context. So I don't completely blame them, because they don't watch our team like we watch our team, right? They don't watch our team like we watch our team. They don't know the nuances. They don't know those backstories to why people was off that game, because they just got back from not playing for 2 weeks. They don't know that stuff. So they gonna learn today.
That's why I said we got a chance. They keep thinking that this is the same team. But it just exposes the amount of basketball people don't watch. They just watch their team, and that's cool. But don't make definites if that's what you do.
Right. That's right. You'd be definitely wrong. Yeah, I'll take that, bro. I'll take that, bro. Even though I understand it, I'll definitely take that, bro. Cause they just be hating on Knicks anyway. So,
bruh. Yeah, they just looking for that whole Shaq can get in there. They just looking for any reason to do it. Like this ain't the same Knicks. This not the same team.
I feel you.
But keep sleeping. I like it. I like it. Yeah. I like this underdog feel.
Word. All right, you got any ooh picks?
Just the Knicks, all of us. OG, JB, or the team, just team efforts, Tibs. Perfect, like prepared. Look prepared. We keep hearing about how Tibs is the most prepared coach that these players have played for. Today, that looked to be true. I think he did a lot, and out coached Missoula for the first game, definitely.
Right. I got ooh pick. My ooh pick is going to go to Mikal Bridges for snatching the ball from Jalen Brown's hands on the last play of the game. That's my ooh pick. There we go.
Okay.
Or the Mikal Bridges clutch 3 at the end of the game too. That's my ooh pick. Woo.
Yeah. Okay. My ooh pick is shout out to the Boston Celtics missing so many threes and breaking a record. We appreciate that in Knick land.
Oh yeah. Fandom. World record bad. We like that. Keep it up. Keep it up. You know what? Shoot more threes next game. Why even go in the paint? Just contested threes. Shoot those.
Yeah, contested threes. Shout out to the Knicks and their defense. Like it's just a great team. Like pay attention to the details, X's and O's. It was a great comeback, a great game plan. So yeah, definitely shout out Tibs and the Knicks.
Oh, Felicia Lee says shout out to Popovich in the mirror. Yeah.
El Jefe.
At the Pop, for sure. Respected. Yeah. I respect that dude so much. Shout out to Pop.
Me too. And I respect you could tell what he means and how good of a person and coach he is that the fact that all his players still stick by him. He had Tim Duncan up there too, making sure he's good during his press conference.
Exactly.
So that's dope. Shout out to him. I know how much he loves the game, so he's still involved in a way.
Right, Felicia. He said I hated that man in the 2000 championship. Yeah, they snatched our hopes and dreams away. You're right about that.
Yeah, I did. I couldn't stand the Spurs for a very long time after that.
Robinson
but
and them,
as I grew up, I realized how great of an asset he is to basketball. So I have to, I had to. I got over it.
Yeah. Oh my God, what's their? Oh, there's this one dude on the Spurs that I hated. Who's the dude on the Spurs who used to be? Was it Bruce Bowen?
Which one? No, Bruce Bowen. Yeah, he used to hit them corner 3-pointers.
Yeah, then injure your player right after. Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, and then he'll D up on the other end pause.
Yeah, but he would injure people. Like he'd be. Yeah.
What was the other one? I think he had the one from France. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
He was a bruiser.
Yeah, my bad. You meant 1999. My bad. 1999, Mark, not 2000. 1999. My bad.
Was it dang, what now I'm gonna be thinking about that guy's name forever. He was on the Spurs team, another one of the, because they was like one of the first to start bringing all the international players over. Boris Diaw, there you go. Thank you, Fritz. Appreciate you. Yeah, he used to be very physical too.
Yeah, Boris Diaw was, but Bruce Bowen was the he used to hurt people. I think he was like the guy who was infamous for like stepping under players while they shoot threes and they got injured. I think that was like his thing that he was known for. All right, I digress. That's the show, guys. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be here, like I said, Kylo Quinn, our man from Queens, New York, will be here joining the program. I'm really excited about that. For those who've been following KOT since SoundCloud days, with Edson, Sean, and First Lady KOT Kathy and Ryan G, and for those who've been for those who've been listening for that long, we've talked about trying to get Kylo Quinn on this program for years. Years. So for it to happen, yeah, I'm hyped about that. Yeah, Queens in the house. Kylo Quinn, man from Queens in the house. Best beard in the game. Sorry, James Harden. All right, yo. Ebony, let them know where they can find you, Ebony.
You can find me here after every post game. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at Mad Knick Fan. And I do a pregame space before every Knick game on Twitter called Your Take Knicks. And WNBA season has started, preseason has started, so we'll start doing Bowling with the Queens post game for WNBA after every Liberty game.
There you go. All right. You can also find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Knick of Time Show on Instagram, and the Knick of Time Show on Facebook as well. All righty then. All right. Yeah, that's the show. Thank you guys for out of here. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Knicks win, damn it!
With the Thor hammer.
Oh, smash. All right. That's not Thor. That is the show. Thank you guys for watching. And as always,
shout out the worldwide west. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks streets. That's the show. We out of here. Peace.